Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have Grown by Tiffany J. Jackson. So I got this book in, I think, the August Unplugged box. August? No, September. One of the books from Unplugged. This was an Unplugged book because obviously you can tell difference between different book boxes. This was by obviously the YA young adult book they did. So I was intrigued by this book. The colour of the cover was amazing. You can definitely see this is an amazing book, and it wouldn't be a book that I would normally go for, so I am expanding my books that I'm reading. There's definitely a lot of books that I'm actually intrigued of reading now, and I'm really happy with that too. And I've got so much to do as well. So yeah, let's just get into this book, because this is the front cover. You have the back. That's the thing. The back is normal. It's nice little white base without like kind of like a brown. That's gold and brown together. Kind of like a grown. A gold kind of colouring on the spine too, which is pretty. So, when Enchanted Jones wakes up with blood on her hands and zero memories of the previous night, no one the police and Corey's fan included has more questions than she does. All she really knows is that this isn't how things are supposed to be. Corey was her enchanted ticket to stardom. Before there was a dead body, Enchanted was an inspired singer, struggling with her tight, knit family's recent move to the suburbs, while trying to find her place as one of the few black girls in the high school. Then the legendary R&B artist Corey Fields spots her at an audition, and suddenly her dream of being a professional singer takes flight. Enchanted is dazzled by Corey's luxurious life, but soon her dream turns into a nightmare. Behind Corey's charm and star power lurks a dark side, one that wants to control her every move with raging consequences. Except now he's dead, and the police are at the door. Who killed Corey Fields? All signs point to Enchanted. So this is more of a, like I said, it's not my book, but it's more of a kind of thrilling crime book to investigate, to see who killed someone. And I'm like, okay, I'm into that. I love my crime movies, and let's just say I'm intrigued. She isn't what anyone would call happy at her new school, but she makes it work. She has a swim team, and she has a best friend, Gabriella. With Gab's help, Enchanted auditions for best version of American Idol. It didn't go well, but it gave her the face-to-face to Corey Fields. Then there were singing lessons and invitation to go on tour. Ends up with Enchanted beaten bloody, and Corey Field is dead. Enchanted wishes she could forget the events leading up to Corey's death, but she can't do that anymore. She might remember what happened that night. Did Enchanted plunge the knife into Corey's chest? Was she the only one who wanted him dead? With more questions than answers, Enchanted will have to piece together the pieces before Corey's livid fans or the police do it for her, Enchanted, as a culprit. So, Grown is a crushing read. It's easy to see the red flags in retrospect with a shift in timeline that starts with Enchanted discovering Corey's dead body. It's much harder to Enchanted to see them, as she's drawn to Corey's orbit and is desperate to be seen as a young woman instead of a little girl her family sees. So, Grown offers a scathing commentary how quickly the media is willing to blame a young black girls look like Enchanted, saying they are grown and they know doing what, but accusing predatory behaviour of fluid influenced black men like Corey. Well, this is a story. It's no means easy thing to read. I just want to talk about how mental illness exploits books. So this is kind of like this is a spoiler, and obviously, what can you get from it? Sorry, but that was getting asked a question. So I took this as an assumed factor for Enchanted. I love the name Enchanted, by the way. That's really cool how they that. But so Enchanted explains her side of things. She starts telling the police to find her best friend Gab. There's no record of Gabriella anywhere leaving anyone, including Enchanted herself. So I wonder if Gab was an hallucination. This adds a lot of suspense to the plot, but it was also feel like one step too far for a story that was filled with a fair number of surprise reveals. The spoiler being that Gab is very much real with less than plausible reason for why she's impossible to find when Enchanted needed her. So obviously something she might have something to do with it. So I was glad this thread resolved that it did, that it doesn't change that Chance's grandmother does not have a very real mental illness, that she's not much treated. I get living with hallucinations being possible, not built with filth, and I suppose that refusing treatment is a layer of family moving on, but felt strange. So definitely felt strange to get this book, but I actually enjoyed it and I loved the book a lot. Like, you don't see many books something kind of rolling like this, and it's not a book I would pick up myself. But I'm glad to got this book and I'm glad to read it, and I'm glad to be keeping this book for a while, because it's definitely a book that you don't expect to get, you know? That's all we have time for. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye for now.